It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, it's the second game here on this wild card Saturday, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Minnesota Vikings. It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
To the air with McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flipped it up.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Will Riker the kickoff for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Looking to put a drive together. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Just a 1 yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Hey.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll get it up near midfield at 49 before being taken down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. What we just saw, we saw a lot of last week. He had 5 tackles for loss a week ago and 1 here in the first quarter now.
And I think a lot of that comes from not just his athletic ability and his intelligence and understanding how he's being blocked and how to get to the ball carriers, but also comes from scheme as well. When you've got a guy that high, playing that well, your defense coordinator is looking for ways to create mismatches and get him to the football.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
60 Vikings, Buffalo 18. Rig alert. Panther 11. Dragon 60. Go.
Now it's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And here's Matt Ariza now. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Vikings first
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
At the 42-yard line.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready up. Cowboy 80. Rush in. 19 Lion. Go.
Throwing is McCarthy. Bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To the air again, McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Intended for Ty Felton. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
14-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 20-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the Falcons, 1st down. A gain of 5. 1st down.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Quick throw completed by Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
18 rattle. Here we go. Strike. 7 block. Viking 18. 79. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Richardson looking to throw this. He'll try to pick it up himself. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards.
And what a call, because they ran a triple out route. 3 guys running out routes at varying depths. And then they let an inside receiver try and sneak free and run deeper downfield than he does. And the defense out of sorts here, and it turns into a big play.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
3rd and inches.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Bronco 80.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Walker. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kenneth Walker, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
A gain of 9.
They'll try and run here with Irvin. And a strong run that time. This is across midfield and down to the 43. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now McCarthy. Over the middle and complete to Addison. 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Well, the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So here's a 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. That is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Felton, 47 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Come on.
As they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second and a couple.
Ready? Buffalo, 18 Cardinal.
Now Richardson back to throw it. That's complete to DK. Room to maneuver at the 35. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Chimere DK as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
To kick off for Atlanta.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
That strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title, so they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcat. Go.
The final shot before break. McCarthy. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Watts. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
To kick off for the Vikings.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running left is Walker. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Straight ahead, Walker. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That is into the hands of Hawkinson downfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And the Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And the Falcons 1st down. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Falcons.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Richardson working from the gun. He'll try to pick it up himself. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jonathan Bernard able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to 4th down as well. Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down up near the 40-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
18
Now Richardson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 25 yards that time.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Bronco 80.
Once again, it's Swift. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 19 Lions.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
A loss of 9 yards.
Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
They run out of the gun with Irvin. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Bravo 80.
A run up the middle with Irving. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Irvin. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's 1st down.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Let's go. Get in right now, boys. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once again, it's Irvin. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play here. 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. He'll try to pick it up himself. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down, and that'll get him a little bit closer. But every yard at this point will help your field goal kicker out. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Irving. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker and just make sure they take care of the ball.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Well, plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was in the playoffs. Now both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first, game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 85 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seeed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, the defense coming through there, CD, with a big-time play, and they're getting close here to getting off the field and giving their offense a chance to win this ball game.
Your partner, no one's cheering louder after that play than their offensive teammates because they understand how different things would be if instead of going out and needing a touchdown to tie things up, they can run out there with a chance to win the game right there.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Good play and a well-timed run from Richardson to pick up the first. Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and inches.
18 Cardinal.
Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
Got it. Ready?
QB sneak, Richardson. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. Koo for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Falcons 28, Vikings 21. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now. But in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
To the air with McCarthy. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. A first down there on a pickup to 25. But we know they need a touchdown here to keep their season going. And on that play, wasting no time to try to push that ball downfield, partner.
Yeah, and even though the season's hanging in the balance on this drive, I don't know what you see, but I don't see any fear in the eyes of this offense. They're dialing up big plays, risky throws. They'll do whatever it takes to match touchdown for touchdown. And in this moment, they need to play the best they have all season, and they certainly appear to be ready to rise to the occasion.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they said it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death, or go for two. Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for two.
The Vikings will line up for the two-point conversion.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for two. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted and it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Charles, what a ball game we were treated to. And in the postseason, no less, with all the drama, this may be the best finish you and I have seen in quite some time.
I would agree with that.